Hello students, today we will discuss for the plasma membrane and it is in the continuation of the chapter cell. In the previous video we have seen the description of prokaryotic cell and another type of cell which is present that is called as eukaryotic cell. Eukaryotic cell it is being differentiated from the prokaryotic cell because here the nucleus, it is having the nuclear membrane. Well-defined nucleus which is called as present here. And secondly, here the membrane-bounded cellular organelles, they are present. What membrane-bounded cellular organelles they are called as? They are like smooth endoplasmic reticulum, mitochondria, Golgi complex. These are the membrane-bounded cellular organelles. Now, as we have to discuss for the plasma membrane here, it is only after the invention of the microscope the structure of the plasma membrane was studied. The membrane of RBC helped a lot for the description of plasma membrane. It was suggested that it is a lipid bilayer in which the lipid molecules they are arranged in such a manner where the hydrophilic heads, polar hydrophilic heads, they are towards the outside and hydrophobic tails, they are towards the inner side. So you can see here in the diagram the heads they are towards the outside and the tails they are towards the inside. Hydrophilic heads towards the outside and hydrophobic tails they are towards the inner side. Now, it was also suggested, the biochemical investigations suggested that other than the lipid, proteins and the carbohydrates, they are also present as the constituent of the plasma membrane. Based on the ease of extraction, the two types of protein they are being categorized. One is peripheral protein and the another one is integral protein. Peripheral protein it is present on the surfaces and integral it is partially or fully buried in the lipid bilayer. However, the ratio of lipid and protein it differs. You can give the example of erythrocyte where 52% protein are present and 40% lipids. So this ratio it differs from cell to cell as per the cell types, and the most accepted model for the structure of the plasma membrane it was given by Singer and Nicholson in 1972, and the model was called as fluid and mosaic model. This model it is widely accepted. This model it is called as fluid mosaic model. According to this, the quasi-fluid nature of lipid enables lateral movement of proteins within the bilayer. Now, one of the function of the plasma membrane, that is the transport of molecules, and it can be through diffusion, it can be through facilitated diffusion, and it can be active transport. Based on the type of material which is being transported, which needs the transportation, the different mechanisms they are there. Diffusion, it is the movement from higher concentration to lower concentration. Gases diffuse faster. And you know what the facilitated diffusion is? Facilitated diffusion, where the carrier proteins they help in the movement again from the higher concentration to lower concentration. What the difference between diffusion and facilitated diffusion? Both the types of movement, they involves the movement from higher concentration to lower concentration, but here in the facilitated diffusion, carrier proteins they help. Active transport, it is the movement from low concentration to high. It is the movement where the molecules move from the lower concentration to the high concentration, and it involves the ATP use. Energy is utilized. So, if you have to differentiate between the diffusion and the active transport, or if you have to differentiate between the facilitated diffusion and the active transport, the 2 points you can write. First, you can write that one is where the movement occurs from high concentration to low concentration, like diffusion and facilitated diffusion. But in active transport, the movement occurs from low to high. And second, in diffusion and facilitated diffusion, the energy is not needed, but in the active transport, energy is needed. This is one of the most important point you have to consider, that here the energy is needed, and energy it is stored in the form of ATP, which is the energy currency of the cell. So these types of mechanisms, they are there for the transport of molecules. So this is the description of the plasma membrane, and we'll meet in the next video. Bye for now.